we good?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to safely assume that everybody in this class has, like, you know, a group of friends, right? Like, we've all got friends.
No.
I feel so sorry for you. And I'm going to safely assume that at least, like, half the class has, you know, at least that one, like, best friend, right? Not like a special friend, but a best friend. So considering, like, you know, those people that are friends and stuff, you know, and depending on those relationships that you develop with those people, in their time of need, if they need anything from you or they need help, you know, you would try to do everything you can to help them out. So, like, they just got over a breakup or something like that. However, there are some people that actually take advantage of those relationships that they develop with those people. So, like, they think that they can do anything to, like, help their friend out. So, you know, oh, let's go get drunk because, you know, your girlfriend dumped you. And then, you know, crap happens the following morning. And, you know, you got this picture and there's, like, some guy, like, kissing your best friend. And you're like, oh, well, that didn't happen. So I had to agree with this quote. I had to agree with this quote, this Chinese proverb that I got. It says, "Do not use a hatchet to remove a fly from your friend's head." So, you know, people just take advantage of those relationships that they have with people. So you gotta think a little bit, you know. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're like your best friend. You know, just consider that they need your help, and you're not just gonna jump in and do anything to try to help them out. So I'm gonna give you guys 3 examples. One of them is a example that happened to me as to, like, you know, things that can go wrong if you're trying to, like, compliment or help someone out. And then I'm going to give you a reference from The Hangover. You guys have seen The Hangover, right? Yeah. And then again, we're going to touch up a little bit on that whole, if a guy has this girlfriend and, you know, things go down. So to begin with, let's say you have, like, a really good friend and he's totally, like, in love with this chick, right? And so they're really happy, but then you find out, like, through Facebook or whatever, this chick is, like, a total slut, right? So how do you go about, like, breaking that down to your friend? You know, you don't just go and be like, dude, you got to get rid of this thing, like, right now. Like, she's got crabs, and you have to go about this really leisurely, and, you know, you have to break this down really easy for them. And you got to be like, Francisco, I'm really sorry, but you just gotta reevaluate your life a little bit there, you know. So don't jump in there immediately and think that you can just, like, by anything that you say, you know, will totally, you know, fix the situation. It's not going to. You have to just break it down and just realize you're there for him, and you're not going to sabotage it any further than it already is, provided nothing happened already. And, you know, which kind of transitions into that movie, The Hangover, right? So that one character that's supposed to be the bride-to-be's brother. And he's, like, really weird, right? So they go to Las Vegas, and then thinking that, you know, he can get, like, what was it, like, some crack or acid or something to, like, yeah, it's ecstasy. But then they find out it's, like, roofies, you know, so, like, they have, like, this whole night, and they don't remember anything that happened. And then, like, halfway through the movie, it's like, oh, I'm really sorry, guys, I was just trying to make this, like, event a whole lot better. And they're getting all pissed because they can't remember what happened. There's an Asian guy that comes out of the trunk and he's naked. You're not helping. You gotta, like, take it easy and you gotta just evaluate the situation. And it didn't help that, you know, this guy's cutting his hand, you know, making a blood pact with, you know, the husband to be. So that was, like, really awkward as is. And then, like, my final example is, like, you know, guys, there will always be that dreaded time when your girlfriend or your special friend, lady or whatever, will come up to you. How does this dress look on me? Think very carefully of what you got to say, you know, because the last thing you want is a slap across the face and a walk out the door. You know, just agree. It looks good. Darling, that's beautiful. Just agree. And if she questions, you know, just keep agreeing with it. You know, maybe you can get away with it. And you know, I'm running late for that movie. Like, to kind of get going. So, just for all those friends out there, just consider the things you say to your friends, because no matter how close those bonds or relationships might be, there are still some disastrous things that can be said, you know, through, like, being lost in a misinterpretation, you know, in translation. So, that's it. Thank you. No, I read this and I forgot about it. What do you have in your big
Right, Julio, you want to be careful about engaging the audience in interaction in the introduction because you could get a little, lose a little bit of control. Maybe later on you get an opportunity to do those kinds of things. At the start it's potentially a little off-putting. I thought you transitioned to the topic pretty well. The theme's okay. You set up what the content's going to be in a preview, so you're good on that. And I thought internally you did a good job signposting that. Your examples are fine. You found something to talk about. Sometimes you go for the exaggerated version of something, but it usually gets a good reaction from the audience, and people are enjoying what you're talking about as a consequence. So I thought that worked pretty well for the content. Excuse me. On the presentation, you project pretty well. You've got a very naturalistic way of speaking to the audience, which is fine. I don't know why you have the... Where are you? I know you're there somewhere, right in front of me. I don't know why you keep the quote and the page in your hand, because you barely make any reference to it at all. You might as well have gotten it out of your hand, because it's a little bit of a distraction, but you don't really use it, because you're usually just talking to us, which I thought was exactly what we're looking for in these kinds of presentations. You seem to be deliberate in your movements, that you're kind of walking the transition thing that we talked about. You're moving at one point to suggest that you are talking about a different subject. I thought that worked out pretty well. I like the summary at the end, and it seemed like it was going well, and then we got that "and that's it" thing thrown in at the end. So except for that little tagline, I thought that the conclusion was solid too. All right, thank you.